just like
Random.
speeds of it.
Hello, everyone. You're in it. You're in it. Welcome to La Raza TV. La Raza TV.
Just do a little like
And we're basically going to be covering EA Play today.
It's funny because I feel like
not covering, reacting.
There's a bird back there.
Bird up. We have such a high-end setup. The TV is behind the camera.
There you
because we're going to be watching it, and you guys are going to. But it hasn't even started yet. So let's talk about what we think, what we expect, what we don't know about. And here's your phone. Thank you very much.
You shall not pass.
So how are we going to start?
What do you know about EA Play, first of all?
Someone say slot mechanic?
I know it's been.
No way around it. Odin started that long ago.
Second year running?
Third year running.
Okay, third year running. All right, well.
Close. That was close. It's within some people's lifetimes.
Or spam and play.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, it looks silly.
I haven't been a fan.
Only the pure light of Alpine is strong enough to break
through.
That road is
long.
What does this
releases or what's going on or what's about to be released.
Yeah.
So
well, we had tickets.
My first time. I'm going to sit down, drink tea, and relax and watch this. So yeah, I'm actually
a little bit
excited.
Yeah, just like, hey, what are you doing?
It would be cool.
At the very least, he held back on grabbing this when it came to its son.
True
that. I'm just gonna mute the TV because I think it might clash with our sound. So are you up for watching it? We don't need sound. We'll put it on very low at the point. So I've always watched E3 previews since I got a PlayStation 4. I didn't really know much about it before that, but for me, it's always been the little candy store moment in internet where I'm like, I need to buy all these games and I need to watch them and I want to know everything about these games before they come out.
Before you purchase, yeah.
And yeah, so I think EA Play has been good because I'm really into some of the EA games like Battlefield and Battlefront, despite all the bad hype that EA gets. So for me, hopefully it's gonna be a good year.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, at the moment it's a bit of a drought since I platinum God of War.
This guy, I don't know how he does it. He has a full-time job.
Yeah.
Bye, Shoya.
Bye.
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 Walking for a set. You're walking for it.
You're in there. Look. There you go.
Sure, a cameo.
There's a little Easter egg for you.
Sure.
I'm actually gonna close that door.
All right.
You need to close all the doors so the echo in the room.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, guys, have a good day. Yeah?
All right.
You're comfortable.
Yeah, troppo nubi. Gonna turn these lights on. Wait for it. We gotta add that mood, don't we?
Remember, take care of the camera.
We won't break the camera.
All right, and I showed you that what's missing on it.
Yeah. Oh,
Practice pen.
there we go.
Oh, okay.
Boom. We got people watching. Welcome to the stream, Francesco.
Welcome.
Come va? Representing Italia. He's like, hi, troppo noob.
What is this?
He's basically calling me a massive noob.
All right.
He actually came over and we were playing Rainbow Six Siege. And he is amazing at the game.
Yeah.
And he's like, how old are you? 10?
What? Come on, what's this?
He's 10, isn't he? Is he 10? You're 12, 10. Maybe. You're something around that age. And I just got my ass kicked.
Really?
He was in my house kicking my ass in my video game, and that was the first time this ever happened to me. I mean, I don't usually get beaten that often at shooters. Like, and when I do, I usually rage quit and cry.
No wonder.
But yeah, it's emotional moments for me, you know. So what do you know about EA Play? Do you know what games we're going to be talking about today?
No.
You don't? Okay, that's good. That's
Let
good.
me just come in blind.
This is good because we're gonna get the best reactions.
Let me come in
What
blind.
can be like? This is rubbish.
No. Come on, man. Let's give EA some credit. I mean, EA are really good producers, so like let's see what they've got for us.
They come out with visually amazing video games. I think like graphics wise, I think they're one of the gaming companies, well, the publishers that are like churning out really beautiful games. I don't think I've ever played a EA game that's like not had some sort of high level polish apart from Mass Effect.
All right.
Apart from Mass Effect, can't really defend that one. Did you see what did Mass Effect?
Thank God I didn't. From your reaction, baby. Yeah.
It was like, okay, they brought out this game and it was like completely broken. It was like the facial expressions of people, so they were like, "Hi." It was literally like this. It was that bad. And yeah, but overall, I think Battlefield they've got a new title for that, Battlefield 5.
Yeah.
So they're going back to World War II on that.
Yeah.
Like it feels like deja vu because Call of Duty done that last year.
Yeah.
And then we've got Battlefront 2 making a cameo after all the bad hype. Why is there a fly on your laptop?
Listen,
is it hot in here? Are you hot?
Yeah.
I'm kind of hot.
But obviously, man's not hot, so you know.
Man can never be hot.
Come on.
Perspiration things. Okay, so I know that is coming out. So they're going to be having DLC for season 3. I guarantee you. It's probably going to be about Geonosis. What are you doing? What is
No, I haven't done
Geonosis?
anything. It just says video if I use it on my computer. It's like on yours. Yeah. But the copy's still there.
I don't know. I should be live streaming. Are you logged into my YouTube?
Yeah. I'm logging in. I'm going in as someone else.
Oh, it's her.
Yeah, we're here. We're here. What are you talking about?
Oh, he says 4-3 for me.
No eres cuatro. Era free. So yeah, although you haven't watched Star Wars, you know what? If our relationship is to carry on, you know, doing these things together, we have to solve your Star Wars problem. You know, you cannot live in the 21st century and not have seen Star Wars. That should almost be like, I don't know, eating during Ramadan. Or like, okay, that was a bad example. Or
What's going on?
What could be an equivalent to not watching Star Wars? Okay.
Not watching.
No, listen, nobody watched Thomas the Tank Engine as a kid. It was just you. Do you want to be in the video?
You might as well.
You might as well. You're sitting on the sofa.
Okay.
Hey.
So Kate is just like out of scene.
1 of 4.
1 of 4.
She's here for moral support, but she can't be seen on camera because we're hiding a secret from the world.
An Easter egg is what they call it.
That's actually a great way to say it. Yeah, an Easter egg. So what have you been playing recently, Bama? Apart from platinum, like getting platinum on God of War.
Okay. I've been on Monster Hunter. I've returned to Monster Hunter. I've again, it's one of the games that I never played on any other platform, and I just started playing and I thought, oh, this is wonderful. My reaction, I was literally shocked. I thought, oh, it's just going to be any other game to play. Let's use it as a filler. Let's wait for the hard hitting games and let's just play it. But I'm actually I'm not addicted to it, but I found myself going back and playing with people. The community is great as well. You know, the objectives are quite cool too. So it's nothing, you know, what do you call this? I don't need to put in labor hours. I do that enough at work. Do that enough at work.
So it's not a grindy game.
Well, it depends. I mean, like with every other RNG game, it's literally by luck, by chance.
Oh, is it?
You get drops. Right now, everybody's trying to.
So you can have like that one guy that comes in and that just accidentally gets the item that you've wanted.
Yeah. Everybody's just so catty for, you know, gems.
Yeah.
Jewels. And you use these jewels, you know, you customize your stuff, you know, you get more platform, you do a lot more. And yeah, that's really my luck. You know, I've been trying to get another 1 or 2 attack gems.
Jeez.
Not getting them. Not getting them. So yeah, I've been playing that alongside God of War. God of War, fantastic. I don't need to mention it. I don't need to express how much of a sick game it is. Wonderful. I recommend, if you haven't played the game yet, just go and play it. In fact, this is free promo for PlayStation. Free promo.
Because they obviously need it.
Because they obviously don't. Anyway, you get the email, you get the newsletter. You can, I think it's like out for £35 now, and even Monster Hunter as well is a lot cheaper than it came out. So yeah, just grab it and see.
Monster Hunter is actually on a sale, isn't it?
Yeah.
On Days to Play on PlayStation. I don't know about all the other consoles because I can't afford them.
Sorry, guys, to interrupt. Just so you know, it started, but it's not coming.
Is it not?
No. So if you go back,
Let's stick this thing on then. Like
it's like on here.
Technical. What? What's going on? You just press on.
Sorry. There you go, and then live. Because I was looking at the time, it's 7 o'clock, so it should be. There you go.
Okay, here we go. It's starting.
Look at the Nordlys war story over at the Xbox briefing tomorrow.
Thanks, Lasse. Something not to miss tomorrow. So, our launch in October is just the beginning. You will all go on an expanding journey through the Second World War. No loot boxes, no premium pass.
Okay, this is actually good. It's like Battlefield
every day will bring something new. And as part of that journey, after launch, you'll get something I know a lot of you have been asking for.
Mm-hmm. It's
what have we been
Royale. It's Royale reimagined for Battlefield. So we bring those pillars of Battlefield with destruction, team play, vehicles into this new experience. So we will bring you an experience that you haven't played before in Battlefield or anywhere else. But more about that later this year.
So with that, it's time to show you what makes Battlefield so special. It's the unmatched intensity of our multiplayer sandbox, and this time, it's even more epic, fighting across multiple maps and modes.
Oh, is it you?
Welcome to your next Battlefield experience, and this is your first look at ground operations. And this time, even featuring music.
Okay. Here we go. Ground operations. I can't listen to this reaction. Not the actual video itself. So it looks like this game is basically you start off from the sky and essentially there's an attacking team and a defending team. And basically the attacking team starts off in the sky and they have to take land. So how it works is everyone airdrops at the beginning of the map and the defending team is shooting at the planes to like take enemies out. You both have tickets. So you have to like get to the map with like low ammunition, everything counts. So basically you've got a set amount of ammo, a set amount of health, and you need to use squad play to get to the next stage of this level. And I mean, it just looks insane. They took War Stories, or is it Operations? And that was a game mode where you had to go, there was waves, and you had to like capture 2 points as a team. And once you captured those 2 points, another section.
É preciso determinação e vontade de vencer.
And the defending team had to just stop.
E mesmo nos momentos mais difíceis, tu tens de continuar a acreditar. Esta é a tua oportunidade de te mostrares ao mundo. Tu és um campeão.
It's actually it's quite similar, but I think it's oh yeah, it's like like at the end of actually operation it's happening. So with FIFA, is it actually going to be a new game? Is it even worth us talking about this game?
It's like I till this in this very day and age, I still don't understand. Well, it's in my opinion, I don't understand why people get hyped over, sports games in general. That's me personally.
You can do the real thing outside,
Yeah, get some actual.
Can't comment to you in the background.
Yeah.
You can do the real thing outside. I agree to a certain extent, but like I've played FIFA with friends, and I see the excitement that can actually build up from it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't like necessarily feel the same thing as if I was playing it like against someone online, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'd probably be more swearing at them than anything. But like if I'm playing with someone on my couch, like it is a fun game.
Yeah.
I do see why people like it. There's the competitive side of it is what sells. But like in terms of like you have to be a really big football fan to like
that's
to play this.
That's another thing. It's literally football fans.
You gotta
Football fans or those that actually support a team and feel like, hey, you know what, I want to see this team in virtual reality.
Yeah.
The game, and they actually just go and buy it. Every year.
I mean, for me, I haven't played FIFA since probably FIFA 2014. I think that was the last one that I got. And before that it was 2009. So I buy it like every 4 or 5 years, and then like you can definitely see like a step up in the quality of these games. Like, and for me, forking out like £40, £50 for a game that comes out every October, every 9 months, like I get tired of it. Especially like, I mean, if you look at franchises like Assassin's Creed, they just reskin the whole thing and then just sell you the same package, like the same product but looking different. It's like you're still eating your chocolate cake, but they've painted the chocolate cake red so it looks like a strawberry cake.
I like that. Yeah, but literally, yeah. I mean, what apart from adding sweat to players, what's new in the game?
Yeah, I mean,
I remember the big hype, especially when it was what, Pro. I'm going back here. Sorry, look, I'm not sure if you know about the Pro franchise, but anyway, Pro, the big hype when they introduced sweat into the actual mechanics and actually seeing your players sweat.
That was crazy,
man. That was insane. And then what's so different now?
Yeah, now it's. I mean, they've recently introduced the story mode.
All right.
That is something that kind of was like, oh, okay, this is cool. Like you can, have a narrative in these things, whereas before you couldn't. You just played 100,000 games and then you got a trophy for it.
All right.
And like now it does seem like they're trying to give people more of a narrative, but at the same time, like the biggest reason why people play is because of the online features. So it's like, what is it called? It's Ultimate Team. That's it.
Okay.
And it's pretty much just a game mode where you unlock players, and as you go unlocking players, you build your team, and then you get that team and you play other people, and they will have a similar team kind of thing. So they put like a lot of emphasis on buying card packs to unlock players like Ronaldo, and like they'll have different stats, and the stats update according to how well they do in real life games, and it's like insane how the game works.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like it's why EA is trying to monetize all of their games, like through packages and boxes and like all of this stuff. So this is their bread and butter. It's like their icon of. This is probably one of the games that makes them the most money
each year as well.
Yeah.
And as you can imagine, each year your fan base or your regular fan base is getting younger, and they're introducing their friends, and you can imagine it's just literally your friends coming online. And I've got a lot of friends that play FIFA, and it's like whenever you get into a group with them, they're all in one team.
Yeah,
it's nice to play a game where you can actually interact with other people, especially if you don't know them, and all of a sudden you're all in the same team. Oh, you're pass the ball, swearing. Pass the ball. Oh, that's a goal. Oh, shoot. He's got a centre mid or
Well, the FIFA team never rests either, bringing the Champions League and the World Cup and so much other greatness to FIFA this year. We can't wait for you to experience it all. We've got so much to do here today, but I want to welcome you to EA Play. It's our third EA Play and our second one in Hollywood, and we couldn't be more excited to have you with us to share all the games that we have to show you.
Let's give it the benefit of the doubt.
Before we move on, I'd like to share just a couple of things. The greatest disruption to the consumption of entertainment media in the last 5 years is the combination of streaming plus subscription. As consumers, watching movies, watching TV, listening to music, reading books has never been easier. And we believe that disruption is going to have a profound impact on our industry in the next few years.
And so over the last couple of weeks, you will have seen that we announced a new team from Israel has joined Electronic Arts to help our investment to extend our thinking and extend our pioneering into this cloud gaming world. For many people, that's going to mean extending the experiences they already play on our partner platforms. For others, it's going to mean new games and new modalities of play across a whole variety of platforms. But for everyone, it's going to mean playing games anywhere, anytime. So this week, we've got a tech demo running. All of our games streaming in HD from the cloud to multiple devices that you'll be able to try out for yourselves. Now, it's not quite ready for full market prime time yet, but it is a promise of what we hope to bring you in the future.
Okay, sick.
The second part of that, of course, is subscription. And we started subscription a number of years ago, and many millions of you have signed up and experienced the joy of being able to have full access to a great catalog of games. Today, we're announcing Origin Access Premier. So 3 things you need to know about it. Origin Access Premier will bring you all of our new PC games, starting with Madden NFL, back on the PC for the first time in over a decade. Then FIFA 19, Battlefield 5, and of course, Anthem. And there'll be many more titles in the years to come. Second, you get access to the Vault, our library of over 100 games from EA and other publishers. And third, it will launch later this summer. So that's a little later in the year, but if you want to get started right now and experience the benefits and joys of subscription, come in and play a free trial of Origin Access, our base subscription, this weekend.
What?
Thank you and have a great show.
How much is it going to be? Is it going to be like... No, just the fuck you in. No. Is that going to be like 18,000 pounds a month? Yeah, that membership is going to be like arm and a leg. I mean, that's like, if you had the business model, and you could hook up your iPhone to play any of your games. I mean, the only thing that I wonder about is like, how is it that you can download the game and then I don't know.
Hey everybody, what's up? So I'm here sitting inside the crowded EA Play, and I just happened to find Mr. Vince Zampella here in the audience from Respawn. What's going on, Vince? How you feeling today?
I'm feeling great. I love this stuff. I love seeing new games.
I mean, someone's super excited about that man on PC, right? Yeah. So, you guys may have seen that Vince was tweeting yesterday, and there has been a bunch of speculation. So, you want to just get right to it?
Sure. I mean, we're not ready to show all of our stuff yet. We're working on a bunch of stuff. It's amazing. The teams are kicking ass, but we wanted to bring a little tidbit. So we've been working with Lucas on getting the name and kind of the setting for what our Star Wars game is going to be, and we're going to talk about it right now.
Oh, you guys got any guesses? I bet you the internet is going wild right now.
I hope so. So the Star Wars name is Jedi Fallen Order.
Woo! So Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
Yeah, so it kind of gives you some idea that you'll be playing a Jedi.
So does that mean I get to like hold a lightsaber?
Yes.
So Vince, you got anything else?
Well, it takes place during the dark times. Trying to be a little vague here, but when the Jedis are being hunted, so it's going to be spectacular.
So for all the hardcore nerds out there who want to know like where in the timeline, like between which episodes is it?
Between 3 and 4.
Okay, all right, between 3 and 4. That sounds like a nice time. Get any other tidbits?
It's not a nice.
It's a dark time.
It's a dark time.
It's bad time. Does that mean it's going to just be all dark and serious?
It's amazing.
All right, so I think people are now anxiously want to know, like, when can we play the game?
It will be holiday of next year, 2019, not this year.
So, sorry to dash any hopes.
Yeah.
But now that we know, we can set expectations. We're all going to be amped up, and hopefully we'll hear more from you maybe next year.
Oh yeah.
Well, Vince, it was great to see you. Thanks for stopping by the show today. We do have a little bit more news on Star Wars, so I'm going to toss it over to Dennis.
Here we go.
Hello there. My name is Dennis. I work at DICE in Stockholm on Star Wars Battlefront 2. I'm really happy and excited to be here today, so thank you so much for hanging out with me for a little bit. So we launched our game in November of last year, and clearly we didn't get it quite right. So instead of coming out of the gate sprinting like we really wanted to, we had to take a step back and make sure that we were delivering the game that our players really wanted. So we decided to completely overhaul our progression system and add a bunch of new character cosmetics for players to collect instead. So from there, we added a new hunt mode inspired by the original Battlefront games that I loved personally, starting with the Ewoks on Endor. And thank you. It turned out to be by far the most popular update of the game, and the team loved building Ewok Hunt. So as you might know, we're currently in our Han Solo season with content from the movie coming next week. It's headlined by the new planet Kessel, a really dangerous place, and it features the return of one of our favorite modes, Extraction. So looking forward a little bit, this summer we will be introducing a new squad system to the game, which will allow you to team up much easier and play with your friends. We're also adding a new starfighter mode focused around dogfighting with your hero ships. And looking ahead a little bit more, we will also be delivering a new large-scale multiplayer sandbox experience focused around capturing command posts and attacking and taking out capital ships. But that's not all. We know that you have been asking for new heroes, villains, and planets from a certain era that features a very iconic Star Wars conflict. So I'm excited to confirm that Battlefront 2 this year will be going deep into the Clone Wars. When? It's only fitting that we begin on the planet Geonosis, featuring multiple levels, including the largest level we have ever built for Battlefront. So let's talk about the heroes and villains. First, let me introduce the most powerful droid, the leader of the most powerful droid army in the galaxy, General Grievous. And he will be going up against my own personal favorite, Jedi Master Obi-Wan Kenobi. Finally making his debut in Battlefront after all these years. But we're not done. That's not it. They will not come alone. Joining them is the Dark Lord and leader of the Separatist Alliance, Count Dooku, as well as someone to bring balance to the Force, Obi-Wan's unruly Padawan, Anakin Skywalker. The team at home is extremely excited to be building all of these cool things. EA and DICE are committed to Battlefront. We had a rough start, but I really think that this game has a bright future. Thank you very much for playing the game, providing us with your feedback, talking to us. Together, we will make this the greatest game that we can possibly build. There would be no Battlefront without you. So thank you. May the Force be with you, and enjoy the rest of E3. Thanks.
Well, we don't need that one. That was coming from no trailer, no gameplay, nothing. Nothing. Good. That's a rough. I thought this gameplay showcasing this game for like 3 years. Or maybe it's the Maybe I'm crazy. It could possibly be a second one.
Hi, it's really good to see you. In Unravel, we used yarn to symbolize love and the bonds between people. In our new game, we tear that bond up right at the start. You lose everything, including your spark. But when things are at their darkest, you find hope. And you form a new bond. And your spark is rekindled. And it leads you off on an adventure. So welcome to Unravel 2.
Yeah, Did you play the first one?
It's a game about fresh starts and second chances. These two little souls who refuse to give up and who build something new and beautiful together. And the whole game is inspired by that spirit of optimism and togetherness. You see, it's all made to be played with two characters. You can play it alone, or you can play it in co-op with a friend, but there's always two characters there, sharing one yarn and working together to get through this adventure. This game, it's quite different from the first. It's both friendlier and more challenging, but above all, it's a lot more playful. And we think it's a worthy successor. And I want to show it to you now. So I brought some help. So please welcome Michael to the stage. So a producer at Coldwood. And we're going to try to show you a little bit of what I'm talking about how you can play the game in co-op with yourself, essentially.
I mean, yeah, it looks really good, doesn't it?
So this wasn't prepared. There we are. So when you're playing it by yourself, you can essentially pick up the other character and carry them along through the more fast-paced segments of the game.
Yeah, it looks really good, doesn't it?
And we actually tried to include a bit more of those because we figured that since it's a co-op game, we wanted to have more like thrill and danger and kind of wild moments. Places that were like fun and exciting.
Why is it black?
And then when you get to the more puzzly areas like this, when you're problem solving, you can split apart into two and switch back and forth between the two characters. Because that's how we've essentially designed all the problems and puzzles of the game, that you're always working together and helping each other out and utilizing this bond between you to overcome any obstacle that you come across. So I guess I'll jump in at this guy. Come join me. So I'm going to be the red one. Okay. I'll be the blue one. I'll be blue. A little celebratory flip there.
I don't think I'd even play this game if I got it for free. You never know. Like,
and the bird is back. Playing it safely now. Oops, I'll swing.
You know what? I've never played a free game that I got.
And I'll catch you.
No, I don't play them.
Nice swing now? Okay, you go ahead.
I've got a massive backlog. I've got Battlefront.
Okay, this is the scary part. Let's see if we can.
I've got Ratchet & Clank. Like,
Got it?
Giving out some good stuff, and I haven't played any.
Oh, very nice. Buster. Oh, sweet. Well done. Okay, I'll go up and distract the grouse. I'll sneak up here.
Yeah, like that's the thing.
Okay, your turn. Yeah, look at me. Here you go. Keep him up with the left.
And
now I'll go.
I really enjoyed it. It's a good game. And the DLC for it.
All right. I'll pull you up. There you go.
Discord. Like, but I don't understand, like, why subconsciously I don't know.
Oh, now we can breathe again. Yeah, finally. Or can
I actually want to play
So that's a quick little look at Unravel 2. And yeah, I really hope you like it.
It's that kind of thing where you wanna play them, but you never get the time to.
Yeah.
Like I can only imagine how many games. Like I think I've got like 100 and something games like backlogged onto just from like the beginning of my PS4 time.
Bro.
And like
it's a lot of games.
I haven't played half of them. It's a bit sad, isn't it? I need to stop buying games. Maybe I should like play all of those games before I buy another game.
Well, now's the time.
Yeah, the summer is a perfect time, isn't it? It's
definitely.
Save some money. Save some money for the games that are coming out after summer. What are you looking forward to the most?
Well, for what's already announced, I have to be Spider-Man. I don't think people understand. Spider-Man is just looking too sexy right now. It's just everything about it is literally crisp. I just want to play it and say, you know what? Let me just do that quick and just that feeling alone. You know what? That game would be nothing
in VR.
If it were to be available in
VR, that would make me feel sick. Imagine, like you're just constantly upside down and stuff. Like
that would be crazy. Though.
No, it would be sick. It would be sick. Like there's still a amazing VR game yet to be brought out because like I don't feel like there has been a fully dedicated VR game yet. Like they've brought out flying games and like experiences, but nothing's been like this is worth owning a VR for. And like the one VR game that I enjoyed was Eve Valkyrie and the Gran Turismo kind of.
Oh yeah, Gran Turismo was it was wow.
It's like you're in a car.
Yeah,
you're just in a car.
It's a whole different experience. It's not. You can't compare that experience to pressing triangle.
Yeah,
and then changing your view.
Let's see what they're saying now.
It's been our way of helping these creators bring their unique games to the world and to tell their stories. And last year, if you remember, Joseph Fares was up here on stage representing his team at Hazelight and The Way Out. And I think we all kind of remember that. And you might even remember him from the Game Awards as well. I think I did. Anyhow, in March, that game caught fire. It's innovative, it's fun, and it's something fresh and new, and you all loved it. We saw over 2 million players in the first 2 weeks. And A Way Out is such a huge success that Joseph and his team are expanding and moving into a new studio. So stories like this drive our industry, and it's why we will continue to work with independent developers to help them realize their dreams. Which leads us to our next EA Originals title, from a little game studio in Berlin called Joe My Games. When I met this team and I saw the game, I was instantly drawn to how personal this story was. It's one that carries a very powerful and important message, and it's unlike anything we have ever done. So please welcome Connie Gepper to the stage from Joe My Games to tell you more about Sea of Solitude.
Thank you, Patrick. I still remember during the pitch how enthusiastic Patrick was, and that afterwards, like our whole team, including me, were super excited. It actually feels a little bit the same right now. I'm pretty excited, maybe a little too excited.
Yeah, you look like you're hyperventilating.
It looks like you just ran there. From Berlin.
We are Yomai, a small indie game studio from Berlin, and we are developing Sea of Solitude, or SOS as we call it. The whole journey from the very first concept to actually becoming a part of EA Originals is simply amazing. Let me tell you more about our game.
Go on.
When humans get too lonely, they turn into monsters. This is at the core of everything you will see, hear, and hopefully feel while playing SOS. What makes this underlying concept so important and so unique is that nearly every human being can at least somehow relate to or remember the feeling of being lonely. In my case, I started writing the story when I felt the loneliest in my life. I think as an artist, you process your emotional world by letting it out and putting it into your art. I'm still amazed how the concept seems to just float out of me right into the hand and onto the paper. I think this is also why so many people can instantly connect with the game, because it's not a made-up story, even though that it takes place in a fantastic setting. In SOS, we try to show how people experience different kinds of loneliness, but also how outsiders, friends, and families see those who struggle. We achieve all this in playful ways so that players who wants to simply enjoy a fantastic experience can do so. But player who wants to look a bit deeper can reveal a whole emotional world beneath it all. Sea of Solitude is about a young woman named Kay who is suffering from such strong loneliness that her inner feeling, the darkness, the anger, the hopelessness, worthlessness turns to the outside and she becomes a monster. The game is about finding out why this happened to her, but also how to turn her back into a human. Ultimately, the goal is to bring all those emotions into balance. Some needs to become bigger, some would be better off a little smaller, but to embrace even your destructive part or your self-doubt in the same way you embrace your joy or your hope. This is what being human is all about. And that's what our game is all about. Thank you.
Is this real? This world that I live in is empty and cold. The loneliness cuts me and touches my soul. I'm no child of destiny, no fortune's son. I've just chased you so long now, I'm too weak to run. A new day is here, but nothing is new. Alone in my room, I tremble.
Can I just say? Sea of Balance.
The music really played its part.
Yeah,
I'm buying this.
but I'm not the only one. We are the one. We can shut you down.
I am buying this. No, listen, different opinion. Listen.
Gather.
I'm buying this.
Gang.
I mean,
We're
something.
Be ready.
I'm buying this game.
It looks
Coming
so
at you
dark.
with the squad.
You know that game is crazy.
Say how you do. Trust the process. Honest plan.
What game were we talking about? NBA or the other one?
NBA.
Okay, right, all right. NBA, if this is the one that I hope it is, I don't want to play live, or I don't want to play 2K or whatever it's called. I don't want to play that.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it's the street knockoff.
It looks like they're doing both. It looks like they're doing street and court. Oh, favela.
No, not live. What are you doing? EA, what are you doing?
What's wrong with live?
Nobody plays live.
It's in the game.
No,
They
it's
use
not
that
in the
again.
game. It's no longer in the game. Oh, Xbox. Hello.
Hang on. Let's go.
It's a big night for young Kiv. He's been stuck at the quarterfinals.
And here he is now in his first championship game, looking to accomplish a goal.
34 throws it low. T1.
That was a phenomenal read, and Trini's got the lead.
40-19.
I hate losing way more than I love winning.
Oh, we have an incredible matchup. It's a rematch. Touchdown, Kev. He throws it high. And young Kev is going to
champion.
He's finally done it.
It's a very American game.
Okay, how you doing? I've been good. You still recovering from that butt whooping? Wow, already starting. Okay. Hi, everybody. I'm Juju Smith-Schuster from the Pittsburgh Steelers. As you guys can see, king of touchdown celebrations. That's pretty fire. I like that a lot. As you guys know, this is Young Kid, Madden 18, Madden champion. Like, give it up for Young Kid, y'all. Give it up. Young Kid, how has it been? You know, your success and your path, you know, to where you're at today.
It's I've always been a competitor. When I was in high school, I was playing baseball. I hurt my arm. So then I picked up Madden, and at first I was really bad. I was getting blown out online, but I kept at it. I put more and more time into it. Eventually I made my first tournament, but I had a big decision. It was the same time as my graduation.
Wow. Okay. So the key to be the #1 player in Madden is to hurt your arm in baseball. That's #1. #2, you said you had the decision to go to your graduation. So, like, what did you do?
I chased that money. I still got my diploma, but I chased that money.
There you go. We're out here chasing money.
I got scared there for a second.
Okay, now the past few years, how has it been for you? I know you had some ups and downs.
It's been tough. I've had a lot of devastating losses. I've been so close so many times. I made the final on TV and got blown out by all those losses. It made me gain a lot of mental toughness, and that's how I got this belt.
That's awesome. That belt is so amazing. There's a lot of, bling on that belt for you. Well, today, EA Play, first look at the Madden 19 trailer. Super excited. It's going to be so fun. It's lit. I honestly wish I can stay right here and talk to you guys forever, but I'm not going to bore you guys. We're going to go out. I'm going to try to take this belt, round 2. So we're out. Have a good day.
You've worked your whole life to get to moments like these. To the very top of the mountain. You battle through the pain and failure. All just to get to this place. You've been told legends are born. You fall so you can rise. And you rise so that you can truly see that it was really never about reaching the end of the road at all, but about all the moments that got you here. So, you were in their position. Would you let the moment define you? Or will you define the moment?
Yeah.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Nathanius, professional shoutcaster, here alongside Redwood Studios General Manager Michael Martinez. How are you doing today?
I'm super excited to be here.
Yeah, we're going to do this presentation a little bit differently and give you your first look at a brand new mobile game in a live winner-take-all head-to-head match. Michael, why don't you tell us the rules?
Sure thing. The objective is straightforward. Destroy the opponent's base to win. Unit control, super simple. Just tap the destination, unit automatically moves there. The most efficient way to destroy the opponent's base is with this giant nuclear missile in the center of the map. Control the missile by standing on a majority of the control points. A bar fills up while the missile is possessed.
Out of the room, if you could please give a cheer for one of the most formidable RTS players there is. Make some noise. Please join me in welcoming to the stage Nick at Night.
Literally, there's only one person clapping.
Now, Mike, it's going to be a real clash of these gaming styles and the competitive backgrounds that these players have. It should be a great match.
It really is. I can't wait.
All right. Are the players ready? Let's get this thing going.
Ready to go. I'm ready to go. Let's do it.
All right. Let's kick this off.
Let's just
nice
finish
strategy
this video.
game. It's a good genre. I'm very excited for this. The players are loading in, and we are ready to
the match. Here we go.
Off as the players' bases have been deployed, and the action begins like any strategy game. Economy will be the focus. We have a harvester to start things off. Nothing too crazy.
Nothing too crazy.
Now the infantry is going to come out to hold that top point. Both players, of course, trying to take that position. Nick and Knight being able to reach it a little bit first in a strategy game. That flank position that In Control is going for on the top side, also very important as Nick and Knight's forces have to circle around the center.
Right. Let's see if he's able to create a 2-on-1. Is he able to get there? Looks like he's getting there. Here comes GDI with Rhino. That's right.
Yeah, going for the anti-infantry. Like any strategy game, the units that you're going to use when you deploy them will have a huge impact on your life management of your forces and protecting that economy as well.
Yep. Nick and Knight with some attack bikes in the top. There he is.
In Control placing the turret on the top right side to help cover that Rhino as attack bikes move towards the northwest position. We can see that the missile is beginning to ready and firing that. That takes out half your base. The most important objective on the map is to hold those control zones.
Right. And In Control making a lot of progress to that far right side of the match.
He's done a great job of holding that down with the turret, and now he's redeploying his vehicles to the south side, bringing out more infantry to deal with the attack bikes. And as that economy ramps up, of course, we're seeing bigger and more powerful units come out. We have there the drill pod coming in the left side to help flank those
some flamethrowers. Right, absolutely. Again, it's going to tear through those infantry.
In Control brings out his first tank. That's going to be trying to help push back the smaller forces as he makes his way to the south side. That missile passing halfway now. Two zones in control of Nick at Night. He will have the missiles. We see it starts to point towards In Control's base.
Let's see if In Control can get around to that top corner, able to halt that missile. He does contest the missile, putting it into the yellow position.
Very important, of course, blocking the pathing of those units is another big factor for the strategy. Holding those locations is so crucial as In Control begins to secure the northwest spot. Another tank's going to come out from Nick at Night to take it out, but now he's bringing out the Pitbull as well to help block down that north position.
This missile is very, very close to firing. Let's see what's going to happen.
With another turret, In Control flanks. He takes the top that missile and
then
fires off.
Wow!
And Nick at Night, one shot away from being knocked out here. As the next one will start to ready up in just a moment's time. In Control's very heavy artillery forces doing a great job at taking control of the map.
Yep.
And we can see as more of Nick and Knight's forces move up towards that north position, those harvesters, of course, very crucial, very important to protect those. As your economy allows you to get these big late game units, the units are going to come out a bit more slowly as you get more of them on the field. But In Control is just spreading his forces out, trying to hold this advantage that he's had so far.
Nick at Night is trying to get in there, but there's a great turret placement from In Control, blocking and just ripping through again those infantry.
And we see In Control now moving his tank towards
another drill pod we're seeing with some flame tanks.
Yeah, bring in the flank. Of course, those flame guys do amazing damage to the infantry, help to clean that out. Meanwhile, two more tanks coming out from Nick at Night to try and secure those positions. He brings up the laser infantry on the south side as well to deal with that tank, going for counters, trying to scout out and see what your opponent is doing and make the proper response. It's so important in strategy.
Absolutely. Nick at Night moving around, thinking about harassing those harvesters, coming around the far side for those rhinos. It looks like he's really pressing it.
And we see that missile is starting to get close to firing with 3 zones in control for Nick and Knight. looking to set things back the other way. In Control trying to rally his forces around. He doesn't want to engage with just 1 or 2 units. He wants to move all of them together, create a good flank position, and take over that sector.
We're seeing the first mech units from In Control. This is the Wolverine. Gonna rip that missile. Watch out for this missile.
And Nick and
there it
Knight
goes.
fire that one off and settle for next missile is gonna end it.
Next missile wins. Let's see what happens.
We'll have Control Wolverines, as you pointed out, for In Control coming out to try to deal with these forces. But Nick and Knight's done a great job of getting that presence and now also harassing the economy of
There he is.
Control.
Yep. Wow. Okay, we've got our first mammoth tank on the board. If In Control can get this in position, he's going to do some serious damage.
That missile does pass halfway ready. He's also bringing out his first meter.
Wow.
Deal with
a lot going on here.
Got a lot of range at midpoint. And In Control just needs some.
This missile is nearly going to fire.
He's stolen it.
Where is it going to go? Is he going to be able to get it off?
Got it back.
There it is.
He's gonna take it. Defeating Nick and
That was
Knight
legit.
one.
That was epic. Amazing. What a match. Thank you so much.
That was awesome.
Any thoughts, guys?
I just came to make mammoth tanks, so I've done my job. Yeah, absolutely. That was awesome. I saw a little bit of everything right there.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Let's hear it for Nathanius. Nick and Knight In Control.
People are not just like.
Ladies and gentlemen, what you just saw was the worldwide reveal of Command & Conquer Rivals.
I mean, they got RuneScape.
Rivals reimagines the real-time strategy experience for mobile. We're giving players complete, continuous control of their armies in quick, competitive head-to-head matches that are fueled by skill and strategy. Now, Rivals will be coming to iOS and Android devices, but I'm excited to announce that Android players can play the pre-alpha today. So head to the Google Play Store, search Command & Conquer Rivals. The studio has been having an absolute blast playing this game, and we can't wait for you to play. Please let us know what you think. Thank you.
And it's not related to a bigger game. No. Yeah, it's just trying to if it was like this, I'd play it. If it looked like this, I'd play it. Like nowadays, you have to like what's new, you have to like be careful because you can just buy a game and like never pre-order a game. That's what I learned. Never buy DLC season passes. Like,
Command & Conquer for a new generation.
I don't do it anymore.
Now, before we close the show with a spectacular epic anthem, I wanted to share a few final things. I am blessed to be able to work with some of the most creative people on the planet who come to work every day to create amazing entertainment. And what I can say about all of those teams and what I can say about us is that we are always trying to learn and listen and strive to be better. And so as you look at the 10 experiences that you're going to see today, and as you play games this week, there's some things we hope come through. First, that at the very core is choice. Is that you as players get to choose how you play, what you play, when you play, and what devices you play on. That in making those choices, you feel you are treated fairly. That no one is given an unfair advantage or disadvantage for how they choose to play. That for every moment that you invest, we know that you put so much of your life into the games we make, and that for every moment that you invest, you feel like you are rewarded and you are given value for that investment. And most importantly, that the games are fun, that we move past the grind, and that these are experiences that truly enhance your lives. And so as we think through all the things that we're trying to do, know that we want to be better and that we want to make great games. And that as much as we love making games and as much as you love playing them, there's something that is even greater that we can do together. The power of this community when we come together to do amazing things is profound. Last weekend was the third year of our Play to Give program. where we show the world how the power of play can be a positive force for social impact. Millions of you out there participated in 9 in-game challenges in our games, logging millions of hours in support of Play to Give. And to celebrate that, we contributed a total of $1 million to 3 charities that share our vision for a more inclusive world. A world where representation and equality are not something we strive for, they are the standards. And where bullying and exclusion are not an everyday threat. These 3 organizations, the United Nations He for She, PACE's National Bullying Prevention Center, and Ditch the Label, an anti-bullying organization, all are doing great work, and we're proud to support them through Play to Give. And thank you for your support. Thousands of us at EA and millions of you together doing immeasurable good because we love games. Thanks for being with us, and thanks for the incredible privilege of making games for all of you. Now, without further ado, let's take a look at it.
Your ammo, otherwise you're gonna die.
The gods vanished and left our world in chaos, creating, altering, destroying. The anthem is all that remains.
Hello. Hello. Hi.
There's a storm coming.
I'm so scared to look forward to this I want to be Iron Man. It's Iron Man.
It wants to destroy us all.
Yeah. They're like, what do people want? Iron Man. What do people like? Dinosaurs. Oh my goodness. I mean, everyone. Everyone. But it's all going to depend on the success of beta. If you play the beta and it's good, I think everyone will.
How cool is that trailer? You guys have seen it a couple times. It's still cool every time I see it. So I know all of you, like me, have had tons of questions about Anthem since last year because we're all BioWare fans. So we're going to do something a little bit different for the rest of the show, and we're going to take a deep dive into Anthem. So I'm going to bring up some members of the BioWare team to chat with us. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome to Casey Hudson, Mark Dara, and Kathleen
Please
Russo.
tell me you guys are going to show me some of the gameplay.
All right, thanks guys. Thanks for coming out today. It's kind of a game show, right? It's going to be very exciting. So Casey, we're going to go ahead and just jump right in and get started with you. So now we know that you all started, or Casey, you started your career at BioWare way back in the day, but you took a couple years off. But before you came back, you actually worked on Anthem before you left.
Yeah, that's right. So, you know, first of all, it's amazing to be back. It's awesome to be making games for BioWare fans. You know, we have the best fans. So it's been super satisfying to come back to it. And, you know, I just want to be able to continue the legacy of the studio. And that's kind of where it started with Anthem, is just thinking about, you know, what is the evolution of a BioWare game? And we wanted to create a brand new world for people to discover, you know, a whole new world of story and character. But we also wanted to do something that was, more of a dynamic and living world, a game that would change every time you came back and played it. We also wanted to do something where, if you wanted to invite your friends into it, then you could do that as well. So that was really the initial vision of the game, not an MMO, not a multiplayer game with stories sort of bolted on the side, but something new and different. And I think the team has really captured that vision over the years.
Your fans really love the stories from BioWare, but I think we're kind of curious how you're planning to make the story work in this shared world.
So a great story for BioWare is really about characters that you have a connection with, choices you get to make, and feeling like the story is about you. In a lot of multiplayer games, those things get diluted because you're mixing multiplayer and storytelling into the same areas. Now you could build a solution to that, but you have to really build it into the core of the game. And that's what we tried to do with Anthem. So what we call our world, my story. So when you're out in the open world, the world is really dangerous and you're focused on your mission. And this is where other players get to play with you. The thing that's really interesting about this, it's unique for Anthem, is that this is a living shared world. So whether there's weather or it's nighttime, what we're experiencing together. Everyone that's playing Anthem at a moment is seeing the same thing. And this is what we mean when we talk about our world. It's a shared world that we all experience together. But then when I finish my mission, I come back to a base like Fort Tarsus. And this is a single player experience. I turn in my rewards, I talk to some characters, I experience the choices of my action. And this is where your story really lives and breathes. And by doing it this way, we're able to combine that impact and agency of a single player story with the fun of teaming up with your friends to play co-op in combat.
And we're also designing it so that we can add story for years to come. So one of the first things that we hear when from our community is they want to continue to play in our worlds when they finish Mass Effect or Dragon Age. Players want more story. And so we've designed Anthem in a way that we can actually add more story for years to come. And it could be anything. A new moment with a character that you've grown to love, or an event in the world that deepens the lore, or an entirely new storyline and plot.
Well, I'm certainly not going to complain about more story. I don't think anybody out there is going to either. So, Kathleen, I wanted to ask you, from a writing perspective, since you are the lead writer, can you speak to what it's like to create a new world like Anthem from the beginning?
Well, what's really exciting for us, and not just the writers, but all of the devs, the designers, the artists, is that we're creating something new and mysterious for players to discover. So at the heart of the premise of Anthem is a world left unfinished by the gods. But the gods left behind their massive tools, and those tools are in constant conflict with this unknowable force called the Anthem of Creation. And the chaos of those things pushing against each other means that the world is constantly being reshaped in new and unpredictable ways.
Yeah, violent storms, mutated creatures, gigantic monsters. It's a dangerous environment that you need to wear a suit of powered armor, a javelin, to be safe in.
Now, something I think a lot of players out there maybe don't stop to think about is just how much work goes into creating a new intellectual property or IP, as we've been saying. Now, we've seen all these different creatures, and Mark, you mentioned the storms. What's the process of creating a game like from scratch?
Yeah, it's something we've done a few times at BioWare. And then really the hardest part is getting started, just kind of getting off the blank page. So what we try to do is we think about the new experiences that we're trying to unlock for players. So what is the fantasy fulfillment? What are the new things you actually get to go and do that are different from what you've played before? So that's where we start. And then once we think about those things, that's the power of creating new IP, especially for games, is that you actually get to build a whole fictional universe that's meant to bring out a certain experience. And then once we do that, then we still need to build all the rest of the stuff. And what unlocks us creatively is to think about principles around art style, tone, and even the technology and the politics of our new world. And then from there, we can actually go and build out every last detail.
Yeah, and one of the unique challenges for Anthem is that it's a world, an experience that's meant to feel alive, like it's happening right now. And so the world is always changing, whether the storms, seasons, and yeah, it's a really great concept to write for, because what it means is it gives us the opportunity to drop into the world almost in real time, a dramatic event that changes the world for everyone. And that could be anything from gameplay to lore.
I mean, all of the moving parts in the dynamic world sound really cool, the way that they sound like they're going to come together. But even though there's obviously a lot going on, it really all comes back to your character. So let's talk about who we're going to be playing as and why we're fighting these crazy bees.
So you are a freelancer, uniquely skilled to pilot these Javelin exosuits. And you need those suits to survive and fight in this world, because the world will kill you. But on top of that, our ancient rivals, the Dominion, have they've discovered a way, they think, to weaponize the anthem of creation. And so we need to stop them and protect the free people of Tarsus.
Now, I've heard you call this power armor a couple different things. Is it a suit? Is it a javelin? Like, what's the canon term here?
We call them javelins, and there are 4, and they each have unique abilities. There's the Ranger, and then there's the Colossus, the Interceptor, and finally the Storm.
Yeah, so each javelin gives you a different way to play the game. But the thing to remember is, like Kathleen said, you're not your suit. You are a freelancer, a pilot, which means you can decide which suit you want to use based on your mood, based on the mission you want to engage in, or the javelins that your friends are using. So really what this allows us to do is we built the suits to look like they're built from the materials of the world. So they each have their own unique abilities. So let's take a look at the Ranger now. The Ranger is a more generalized suit, able to do a lot of different things, really designed for up close and personal combat, one-on-one for the most part. The here more specialized, but able to really pack in big weapons that let them devastate the battlefield.
I'm just going to say the Storm looks like it's going to be my favorite. I'm sure you guys out there are picking your faves right now, too. So the javelins are awesome, but we're going to take a couple questions right now. So Casey tweeted, some of you may have seen, asking for people out there to send us your questions. And the first one is going to be from It's Sweet Nicole, who asks, as a player who is all about making their character their own, what kind of customization options will be available in Anthem?
Yeah, so we really want players to express themselves, both through customizing the way their javelin plays, through gear and weapons, but also being able to personalize the way that it looks, both the paint jobs as well as changing the actual geometry of the suit itself. We want teams to be able to do this as well. And because you're going to be using a javelin for a long period of time, we really want you to be able to make it your own.
I'm glad you brought that up, because actually, Jay Legato has a question connected to customization. Monetization. How, when, loot box, cosmetics.
Yeah, so we are going to have some cosmetics and vanity items that you'll be able to purchase, but you're always going to know what you're going to buy before you spend any money on it. So no loot boxes, no ability to pay for power. So that means no ability to spend money on gameplay advantage at all within Anthem. But even more important than that, we want to make sure that Anthem is an immersive experience that feels like it's complete from the get-go. So that means the main story, a big open world, and an ongoing service that provides new content for a long period of time. New story, new experiences for everyone.
Well, I'm glad to hear that I can make my javelin pink. That's really all I wanted to know, I'm going to be honest. All right, Casey. You talked earlier about this being a co-op experience. So can you tell me a little bit about how the team gameplay is going to work?
Yeah, it really is about the fun of teaming up as a team of superheroes and working together. So you want to get a few people together of different classes. So I think here we're going to see the Colossus, just hammering people on the ground in gameplay. So you can have a look at that. So heavy artillery, being really strong, in melee combat. And then here you've got the Ranger shooting down from above, and then they're using combos and special abilities and stuff like that. But what I love is you don't just run around, you're swimming and flying as well.
So it's interesting because at the Slate Tones wants to know, how will you balance multiplayer with single player storytelling?
So Anthem is really built around trying to combine the impact of having your own personal story with the fun of playing with other players. But we really want to make sure that that playing with other people feels like a choice. So for people that want to just experience the story, you're going to be able to do that. Now, going out into an open world like this by yourself is going to be a little bit more challenging than if the team of 4 people. And we've really tried to balance the co-op experience to be fun, even for people that don't normally engage in this kind of thing. So I really hope that everyone at least gives co-op a try.
Okay, that's good to know. If you want to roll solo, you can, but it's just going to be a little bit more difficult. Well, I know you all are on the edges of your seats. How about we show a little gameplay?
Yes.
Yeah? You guys want that? All right, so Kathleen, I think you're going to set this up for us?
I will. So, you and your friends have decided to play a mission called Scars and Villainy. The Scars have put together an acid-based super weapon, so you got to take them out. So you start in the Strider, which is like a giant walker, and it's your forward base of operations. You have a conversation with your crew, Halleck, Faye, and Owen, and you'll hear Owen. He's going to talk us through the mission as we experience it here. And yeah, then you just get into your javelin suit and you head out with your friends.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Mark, Casey, Kathleen, for talking to me about Anthem today. We're going to go ahead and roll the gameplay now. Enjoy, everybody.
For me, it's up between Ranger and Interceptor.
Freelancer, time to get to work. They said these bastards made some kind of acid and were using it as a weapon. So, find where they're making this garbage and shut it all down.
Owen, what's the plan here?
We have loads of scars nearby. Take a look around the area, but be careful.
Right. Checking out the scar cam some more.
Look at all the weapons. Oh, and the turrets. Better move quickly.
Hey, what is that? Whoa. He's just sitting there, bro. Like, he doesn't have to look for it. All right.
There's a shaker relic. Wait, something's odd. Get a closer look, would you? You see those radiant pieces of energy? They're echoes from the Anthem of Creation. Loads of scars nearby. Be careful.
Superhero landing. What? Bongo. Oh.
Return them to the relic. You've got to silence it fast.
Oh, you teleport.
It's got silence. Disaster alerted. Do you think we get a bonus for... Wait, something's happening.
What the hell was that?
I think that was whatever laid all the eggs around here. The sound came from below your position. Plus side, this definitely counts toward hazard pay. There's a trail of this acid gunk leading down. Follow it. We should find the source.
How cool was that? I'm so hyped, you guys.
Yep, and that was actually just a short version of the full demo that we brought here to LA. So if you want to come by the Anthem Theater here at EA Play, you can check out the game live.
So I'm sure the question on everyone's minds, when do we get to play?
So Anthem comes out February 22nd,
That's so soon.
2019 on Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC.
So mark your calendars, everybody. Fire off your tweets. Thank you so much again to Casey and the entire Bioware team. I know you guys had that awesome theater outside, so I will see you guys there.
Right.
Give it up for Casey Hudson, everybody. I also want to give a big thank you to all of the developers who showcased their games today and everybody working hard at their studios back home around the world. Let's give them all a round of applause. Now, some of what you saw today, you guys have to wait to play. But you guys, EA has so much available right now. Now, for those of you keeping score, you can get your free trial of FIFA 18's World Cup today. And Andrew told us about the free trial of Origin Access. Yarny is back with a buddy in Unravel 2, which is also available today. Plus, you can take on your friends in Command & Conquer Rivals starting today as well. Now, that's a lot of available stuff that's out today. Is anybody ready to go home and download anything? No?
Red Dead Redemption.
You're like, I just want to go outside into the fan fest. I get it. So I want to let you guys know to keep your streams going because in just a few moments, the FIFA 18 World Cup live tournament is going to begin. I'm going to head outside and check out the games, but I want to thank everybody for coming down to EA Play today and watching the press conference, and have a great weekend.
Welcome back to IGN Live at E3 2018. That's about what we expected.
I've done it in years. That's what they need to bring back. NBA Street was wicked.
Yeah.
Wicked. They've got something coming out. I'm not sure if it's been released yet. It's like a little mini version, or like a mini, not, I wouldn't say mediocre version, but it's not the actual FIFA Street, but it's just a gimmick of it. It's wonderful. I'm buying it. Buying it. Because it's just, we need to, all right, as well as graphics and playing games and, trying to get out of our actual realities.
Yeah.
We need to bring it back to just enjoying certain.
The fun.
Bring it back to fun.
Because I remember, I never played any NBA Street games, but I remember playing FIFA Street ages ago.
Oh my god!
And that was fun. You could do skills. It was more about the showing off. And, trying to
and then you've got your friend over. All right, cool. Let's battle it out. Let's use the best skills. I don't want to keep having to go from one box to the other and try to score against us.
Yeah.
It gets boring after a while because
That's
you can't do the unthinkable in FIFA. You can't do that. So why not try and recreate or rethink they could even, you know what, there's so many possibilities with games. I mean, they can just remake it or remaster it and just give it to us to play.
Hopefully remake it.
Yeah, do you know what
I mean, for me, it's that like whenever I play FIFA, I'm always like trying to like show off. Like I always try to do little skills, you know. Like I know that back forward is like there's a little
back forward. Listen, this has a more combat, mate.
No, like when you go like hold, I think it's L2 and then the analog stick back forward. It does like when the player kicks the ball.
Okay, yeah.
I'm always trying to do that. That's like my go-to thing. And like before the ball lands, just try and kick it.
I mean,
like I love that kind of stuff. Like trying to play skillfully rather than just going straight for the win. Because some people like they don't care about how like each individual game. They just care about the win.
Yeah.
And they like.
But yeah, a lot. I don't know, man. They need to bring it back. They need to bring the franchise that's gonna make the players want to come back and have fun.
Yeah, it's true.
Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I mean you've got kids nowadays, Max now that's credit cards trying to buy FIFA points and all sorts now these days.
It's true.
It's more of an addiction than look at it.
So what do you think of all the games? Like, if you could pick free to buy.
To buy? Mate, have you heard of rental services?
You mean streaming services?
Streaming services. No, right. Number one would definitely be Anthem.
Yeah.
One would definitely be Anthem. That Dark one, for some reason, is shouting out to me.
Really?
Yeah, there's something about it that I actually like.
I mean, I'm interested to see what it's about.
Yeah.
When I usually play games, I don't really go for something that's like gonna be like too intense, unless like that looks like a indie horror kind of weird emo vibe to me. Like I look at that game, I'm like, this game's probably gonna stress me out.
It's true because I mean, like, there's a lot of games that you look at it and you think, yes, this game looks good, but then you think, oh my goodness. Typical example.
Yeah.
Yes, this is a game, and then when you got to taste the Valkyries, that's when you knew that. Yeah, this game is super.
I love that. I love that about it.
Yeah,
you know what? When I found the first Valkyrie, I was like, I need to find more of these. Because I had such a hard time beating her, and like when you beat them, you're like
that sense of satisfaction.
You're like, I want to throw the controller up in there, like
yeah. I mean, like before I platinumed the actual game, I had to face Queen Valkyrie. Listen to this.
No, don't spoil it to me. I haven't done it yet. I want to do this.
All right.
I don't spoil the Queen Valkyrie. I didn't even know there was a Queen Valkyrie.
Oh well, spoiler alert. There you go.
But yeah, like for me, it's that like that kind of gameplay is fun. Like, but God of War is an exceptional game because like it's done what most games are afraid to do. Like they brought out a game. They've charged people 40, 45, like 50 quid, and they haven't asked people for more money.
Yep.
Like no DLC, like not a hint of it. Like we've had the teasers that there's more coming.
Yep.
But I bet those are gonna be like a significant additions to the game and the story.
Yeah, so they're practically gonna do what the Horizon did. Where, you had the DLC called Frostlands.
Yeah.
And buy that, and it's literally opening up another side or another.
It's like buying God of War like 0.5.
Yeah.
So that I respect that because their sales show for like the fact that these people don't need to be making games to sell more content. They're making games to sell the game.
Yeah.
You know, and I think a lot of these games that EA are making, they are games that are like, okay, we're selling you these games with an agenda that you buy more stuff in the game, and as opposed to these indie games that you're saying, like the one that what was it called? It was like Sea of Shadows.
It's called SOS.
Is it SOS?
Yeah. Sea of Solitude.
Oh, Sea of Solitude. That's the one. Like that looks like it's gonna be its own thing. That doesn't look like it's gonna have any DLC or any kind of like microtransaction. So it looks promising. I mean, it could potentially show like a really meaningful story. I mean, she was like talking about how it's all about, you know, people becoming monsters when they're alone or whatever. But I think to me I need to see more of that. I definitely need to see more of that. How about Battlefield? Does that look intriguing to you?
It does look very intriguing. It reminds me of Call of Duty Black Ops, the first one.
Yeah.
First Black Ops. In terms of the way, you know, the way people are running. You know, look, just look at this. Just look at this. Just look at this.
What is it? This is a racing game.
No.
What is it?
Put the volume on.
What is this?
Listen.
Yet there is only one truth. Cause. Effect.
Oh! It's the new Hitman.
We live in a world of assassins. And the best of them all is Agent 47.
Right now, it's just like going crazy. What they going crazy? Just PlayStation's like tweeting 1,000 things a second. 13th of November. They're bringing out a 2. I didn't play the first one. Did you? The one with the
How would you define terrorism? Drug cartels now fit that definition.
Are you loose? I'll lose. Adios.
Your objective is to start a war between the Mexican cartels, not with the Mexican government.
Your father has a lot of enemies.
And you're one of them?
Yes, I am. You gotta get rid of her. I can't do that. Good luck. Luck doesn't live on the side of the border. Sicario, day of the soldat.
You guys hear that thing? Your mom was so fat. Thanos had to
click twice. Honestly, when I heard that joke the other day, oh my gosh, I was like,
The new gen are in good hands.
Imagine if they had put that in Deadpool at the end.
Oh my god, that we would have died.
Listen, I would have probably,
They should have done it. Like, why didn't they think of that?
Who thought of it? That's what I'm
like. That's epic.
That's too funny, man. That's too funny. No.
So for me, I think games I'm gonna be getting from that is definitely Battlefield 5. I've just been hooked on Battlefield since Battlefield 4. Battlefield 3.
Okay.
But I'm intrigued to see like how all these new features are going to change the game. Anthem is probably like my second like top thing to buy. I'm a bit skeptical about it because like in the past I've watched E3 shows and like they show you something, but when the game comes out it's something completely different. Like that does happen.
That's every game is like that, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like nobody wants to buy a product and then take it home and lo and behold.
Yeah, because you know it's scary, man. And what else? I think those are the only ones. Is that bad?
Those two. I mean,
what else did they show? What like? Help me out.
They showed the Battlefront stuff was a bit awkward, wasn't it?
Okay, yeah, that was a very awkward.
That was.
live thing.
What is it that's been so bad about the game that everyone's been really upset about? Obviously, I know that you enjoyed the game, but like, what is it? What's the general
So
hate towards it?
what happened with Battlefront is they released it and they've released it with a pay to win model. So basically, like people could buy crates, and those crates would give them better ability than other people.
Yeah.
So like there was a massive fan backlash because like they just wanted the game to be fair. They didn't want to play against someone who had a lot more money than them and who had a better character than them because they just bought DLC. So there was a whole issue with that.
Yeah.
And then because of that, they had to redesign the progression system and the whole system where it stopped people from buying these crates. And now because they had to do that, it pushed back all the DLC content. So we only had season 1, which was announced, which was ready once the game came out, which was for The Last Jedi. And they're only bringing out the second season for the game now. And the game's almost been out for a year. So fans have been like really upset because like they haven't said anything to anyone. They haven't been like, okay, this is when the next DLC is coming out. They just literally be like, we don't have news yet. We don't have news yet. And like even now, they said this. They haven't really given us a date.
Yeah.
They haven't told us what's going to come after that. So it's a little bit worrying because like for the people that like paid the money to play the game and it had a live service. This game is going to continue for the next 5 years or something, and all the DLC is going to be free. We're going to be constantly updating it, and that's what they sold to people. Like people went in there thinking, okay, this is what I'm going to get, and they haven't delivered on that. Like they haven't delivered on their promise. So it's like a really sensitive situation because like the fans of the genre they're not happy. So it's awkward, man. It's really awkward. Like that's why it was just like they were all sitting there. The whole room was quiet. Nobody was clapping.
Yeah.
People are upset.
Very upset about it. Yeah, you can imagine just talking and then all this is happening and you're thinking, oh my gosh.
Because he kept mentioning, like, I know this has been a bit of a bad start, but he just kept mentioning it. I was like,
and the people that made Battlefront are the same people that make Battlefield. So they're good. Like, they are good at what they do. Like, Battlefield games are amazing. But, like, the stuff that's been happening in Battlefront, it doesn't seem like it's the same studio making these two different games.
The other game that they showed was Unraveled.
Yeah. Unraveled. They showed FIFA. I don't think they've got like a lot of games kind of lined up, you know.
But EA never does. That's why they always start off with EA conference.
Yeah, that's true. But this game looks like Battlefield looks incredible. Like,
you disappointed that it's World War II though?
Slightly. I was hoping for something a bit more modern, just because I feel like there's been a lot of World War, like Call of Duty went back to World War II, and Battlefield went to World War I last year. So it doesn't feel like, apart from Rainbow Six Siege, there hasn't been like a modern shooter for a while.
Very true.
I kind of wanted that to be like a little bit more balanced in terms of that, but I guess Siege is doing the job.
You know, you can always go back to Battlefield.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, like the thing that I like about Battlefield is, you know, their whole mechanics. You know, it's quad gameplay. It's literally you and 5 friends, like taking over this map, like going around together, supporting each other. Like everybody has a role. It's that kind of game that if you haven't experienced it, you need to play it. Like I recommend it. I used to be a Call of Duty fanboy. I used to love Call of Duty. Now, Call of Duty just feels empty to me.
Wow,
Like, it feels
wow,
empty to me.
wow.
It's a big statement.
Wow.
But I say that, but like, let me open your mind to Battlefield. Like, in Battlefield, you need to think about where you take cover, because there's a 50 cal in the game, and if you get shot, like, you're gonna get hit. You can't just like you can't duck. Like, if you're inside the building, you need to think about what's on the other side, because if someone's got an RPG, that building's going down. Like, it's war. Like, you're not just watching out for like people, you're watching out for tanks, planes, everything. Like, look at that. Like, a tank can just casually drive through a house. That there's people in that house.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, every bit of and now they're adding if you throw a grenade, someone can shoot it like in midair. So they're also adding.
Can't you throw it back as well?
Yeah, you can throw it back.
Yeah, throw it back. Yeah, it should be.
So like your friend can pick out, throw it back, you shoot it in midair. They're adding a building system. So like if you're stuck in like a corner, you can start like building cover for yourself.
Oh, no,
No, it's not like that. It's like they're different classes, but it's not like instant build. So like people have to cover you, and you like start building cover. You see, and then there is what else is there? What else did they add? Explosions. So like these explosions, yeah. If you're caught near an explosion, your character gets pushed back, so you fall over. It doesn't like now. It's getting real. Like there is no more of this thing like, there's an explosion next to me, but I'm gonna carry on running.
like in the
movies. This grenade just went off, but I'm okay. But yeah, I think this just the third thing for me is a streaming service. I think that if they make it as cheap as Netflix and reliable,
yeah, of course,
I can see myself like subscribing to that.
Just because it's mobile, I mean, like how
they're saying it's for every device. They said it's every device.
So then you can imagine.
So like
tablets.
This kind of thing, in a few years, there's no more consoles.
And I think that's what everybody's speculating about. I mean, like, for example, PlayStation, they announced that the PS4 is going to come to their actual lifespan for PS4 in 2021.
Yeah.
So you can imagine after 2021 what's happening.
It's a bit weird because like if PlayStation and Xbox disappear and we can like buy a latest TV and that TV can just stream everything, like what's there's no like incentive for them. So this is why now more than ever they need to start buying studios. They need to start making their own games. PlayStation is obviously doing that.
Yeah.
But like Xbox, if they don't do something about that, they're gonna.
It's already disappeared, to be honest.
Yeah.
No amount of Dragon Balls that you can use. You can use 7, you can use 14.
Sharon ain't gonna bring you back.
Ain't gonna bring it back, man. Unless you do something like that's gonna be mind blowing. That's gonna actually bring the fan base back.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a big struggle.
I mean, one thing they have that is iconic that people are still going to want is the controllers.
Yeah. You know what? Did you see that that article on the customizable controllers?
Yeah.
I thought, all right, that's cool, but then what are you saying for the games? I mean, you can have the best looking controller, but
yeah, you can have the most powerful console and the sexiest controller, but you don't have games to play it. I mean,
that was my practical
run, and see you next time.
Peace.